Now let's do just a little bit more to add to the readability of our gradebook. First of all, we've got so many numbers running across, it's a little hard to tell just at a glance when you're scanning across when you're getting into the difference between a grade and an average. So I want to delineate this section a little differently. So I'm going to select everything through here, and we're going to add a slightly different border. So I selected M1 through O17. I'm going to go to Format Cells, change my color back to automatic, and I'm going to choose the double line. I'm going to choose all the vertical lines, the one selected, and click OK. And you'll notice now it stands out just a little bit more. It's pretty obvious that these are something different. Now I would like to change this area back to white. So I'm going to do kind of the same thing. Format Cells, white. The double line is already selected for me. Looks like they're going away, but it's just blending into the background. Now for the bottom, I'm just going to select an area that already has the formatting, use the paintbrush, and paint it in. Alright, one other thing, if you'll notice just as I was doing that, if I scroll down, I lose my assignment titles. If I had a really large class, it would be frustrating not being able to see that. Or if I had a lot of grades and I was scrolling across, I'd lose the student names. And that can be annoying too. And I've seen grade books that have 80 or 90 grades in one marking period. So a couple of solutions. If I were to select the first row after what I want to stay put, I could do freeze panes, and now when I scroll up and down, it leaves my headers in place. If I want to stop doing that, I can unfreeze panes. Likewise, I could choose the first row that I don't want locked when it comes to moving left and right, and I could freeze panes. And now I could scroll across and see the students' names staying put. If I want to get rid of that, I can unfreeze panes. But what if I want to do both at the same time? It's kind of difficult, to select two at the same time. I mean, you could use the command key, I suppose. But the simpler way to do it is just select the first cell that moves in either direction. So this is the first one that would start sliding left to right. It's also the first cell that would move up and down. So from here, I'll freeze panes, and now I can scroll up and down, or I could scroll left to right, or I could do a little bit of both. And it still locks as long as I'm at one side or the other. So we'll leave that locked as such there. Alright, we'll go ahead and save where we're at, and I'll see you in the next step when we start adding charts.